A prison ship shattered in a blinding flash. Metal fragments spun through the void as oxygen vented in white plumes. Among the debris, a single escape pod tumbled away from the destruction, its thrusters firing in desperate bursts. Inside, John Mercer slammed against the restraints as the pod stabilized. Blood trickled from a gash above his eye. His prison jumpsuit, marked with human prisoner identification, was torn at the shoulder. Through the viewport, he watched the remains of the hegemony vessel scatter across the stars. "Not how I planned to escape," he muttered, wiping blood from his face. The pod systems beeped warnings. Life support, failing. Navigation, offline. Distress beacon, active but weak. John knew what that meant. He had hours, maybe less. 6 months earlier, humanity had discovered the truth. The strange structures found beyond Neptune weren't natural formations, but alien surveillance outposts. Earth had been watched for decades. When humans sent ships to investigate, the response came swift and merciless. John remembered standing in the military command center as the first images arrived. Massive ships entering Earth's atmosphere. The containment strike, they called it later. 37 million dead in the first wave. Deathworlders, the aliens had named humans in their first transmission. Too dangerous to join the galactic community. Too aggressive to be allowed to spread. John had led one of the counterattacks. His team had managed to board an enemy vessel before being overwhelmed. He was the only one taken alive. The pod's temperature dropped. John's breath fogged in front of him. The emergency lights flickered to red, then dimmed. He closed his eyes, accepting the inevitable. A jolt shook the pod. Metal groaned as something latched onto the hull. John grabbed the only weapon he had, a broken piece of paneling. The airlock hissed and cycled. The inner door slid open. A figure stood there, not human. 7 feet tall, with iridescent scales and forearms. Its breathing apparatus clicked rhythmically. "Human soldier still lives. Good fortune smiles," the alien said in broken English. John raised his makeshift weapon. "Who are you?" "I am Istlak, independent trader. I monitored prison ship destruction. Came to salvage." The alien's head tilted. "Did not expect survivors." "Sorry to disappoint," John said. Zilak made a sound like stones, grinding together laughter, John realized. Not disappointment, opportunity. The alien stepped aside, revealing the interior of a small but well-equipped ship. "Come. Death approaches in this pod." John hesitated. "Why help me?" "Your people tried to wipe us out." "Not my people," Zilak said. "Hegemony speaks for many species, rules many more. Not all agree with classification of humans as threat." John followed the alien into the ship. The air smelled of unfamiliar spices and machine oil. Screens displayed data in alien script. "The hegemony fractures from within." Zilak continued, securing the airlock. "Many species watch humans fight, impressed by your resistance. Some wish to help." "Out of kindness?" John asked. As Zilak's eyes blinked vertically. "Out of debt and necessity. Hegemony has done to others what they now do to Earth. My ancestors were also called dangerous, were also hunted." The ship's engines hummed to life. Through the viewport, John saw a massive space station appear from behind a small moon. "I offer deal," Zilak said. "Help free more human prisoners. In exchange, receive weapons technology. Fight back." As they approached the station, alarms suddenly blared. Red lights flashed across the control panels. "We've been detected," Zilak hissed. "Someone knew I would come." John turned to the alien, eyes cold with fury. "You said your people owed us a debt. Time to pay up." Zilak's fingers flew across the controls. The ship lurched sideways as energy blasts streaked past the viewport. "Hold on," the alien growled. John gripped a support rail as the ship spun and accelerated away from the station. Alarms blared. Defense turrets tracked their escape, filling space with deadly light. "We need a better ship," John said, watching a pursuing patrol craft gaining on them. Silak pointed to a hangar bay on the station's lower level. "Military dock. Scout ships. Fast. Armed. Can you get us in there?" "Yes, but getting out will be problem." The alien banked hard, diving toward the hangar. Station defenses adjusted, creating a web of fire they somehow slipped through. The ship shuddered as a glancing hit scorched its hull. They crashed more than landed in the hangar. John was moving before they stopped. Grabbing a weapon, Zizalak tossed him. "This way," the alien said, leading him toward a sleek black vessel. Guards appeared at the hangar entrance. John fired, forcing them back. The weapon hummed in his hands, unfamiliar but effective. They reached the scout ship. Zizalak hacked the entry panel while John provided cover fire. The door slid open. Inside, Zizalak ordered. The scout ship's systems came online as they strapped in. Silak's 4 hands worked the controls with practiced ease. The engines roared to life. "Hangar shields activating," John warned, watching the bay entrance shimmer. "Too late," Zizalak said with satisfaction as they shot forward, barely clearing the shields as they snapped into place behind them. The scout ship was everything Zizalak promised, fast and well-armed. They outran their pursuers within minutes. "Where now?" John asked. "Labor colony in Sector 7. Many humans there, including one you need to meet." 3 days later, they approached a barren moon. Massive mining equipment scarred its surface. Zizalak explained their plan as they prepared to land. "Security light on North Quadrant. Will create distraction in Processing Center. You free prisoners in Block D." The rescue went smoother than John expected. While alarms blared at the Processing Center, he slipped into Block D and disabled the guards. 23 humans looked at him with disbelief as he unlocked their cells. "Earth sent you?" a woman asked. Her jumpsuit was marked with scientific insignia. "Not exactly," John replied. "I'm John Mercer, former Special Forces. And you are?" "Kate Harlow, xenobiologist. I was studying their technology when they caught me." They moved quickly through the corridors. John noticed Kate was helping a limping man. "What did you find in their tech?" John asked as they reached the rendezvous point. Kate's eyes narrowed. "A weakness. Their systems have biological components. I discovered how to disrupt them." Zizalak appeared, herding more freed prisoners. "Time to leave." Guards regrouping. Back on the scout ship, Kate examined a datapad Zizalak provided. "These coordinates," she said. "What's there?" "Resistance base," Zizalak replied. "Hidden on abandoned mining moon. Many humans gathered. Fighting back." John felt hope for the first time in months. "Earth survivors?" Kate's expression darkened. "Earth isn't destroyed, John. It's under occupation. The hegemony wants our resources, our genetic material. They've been harvesting from Deathworld species for centuries." The ship jumped to faster-than-light travel. John watched the stars blur. "The resistance leader," Kate continued. "Commander Alex Vega. He's gathering forces, planning something big." "How do you know this?" John asked. Kate and Zizalak exchanged glances. "Because," Kate said quietly, "I was sent to the labor colony after I was caught trying to deliver critical information to him. Information that could change everything." She pulled up her sleeve, revealing a strange pattern embedded in her skin. It glowed faintly blue. "The hegemony's entire communication network," she said. "I know how to bring it down." The mining moon loomed ahead, a gray rock pitted with abandoned shafts and crumbling facilities. Zizalak guided their ship toward what looked like a collapsed tunnel entrance. "Camouflage," he explained. "Sensors see only debris." The false entrance slid aside as they approached, revealing a hidden hangar carved into the moon's surface. Inside, John saw dozens of ships, some human, others alien designs he didn't recognize. Armed guards surrounded them as they landed. Human faces watched with suspicion. "Stay behind me," John told Kate as the ramp lowered. A tall man with a scarred face stepped forward. His uniform lacked insignia, but his stance screamed military command. "Commander Vega," Kate said. Alex Vega's eyes narrowed. "Dr. Harlow, we thought you were dead." His gaze shifted to John, then Zielak. "And you brought friends." "John Mercer, Special Forces," John said. "Former prisoner of the hegemony." "And why should I trust either of you?" Vega asked. "Or your alien friend?" Kate stepped forward. "Because I have what you sent me to find." She showed him the pattern on her arm. The key to their communication network. Vega's expression didn't change, but he lowered his weapon. Inside, no. They followed him through tunnels, converted to living quarters. Hundreds of humans worked at stations, maintained equipment, or trained in makeshift combat areas. John saw children, 2 families who had escaped the occupation. In a central command room, Vega turned to them. "Prove you're not compromised." John understood the caution. "Test us however you need to." Hours later, after scans and questioning, Vega finally relaxed slightly. "Welcome to Outpost Phoenix." "Phoenix?" John asked. "Because humanity will rise from the ashes," Vega said. "Earth isn't lost." "Not yet." He activated a holographic display showing Earth surrounded by hegemony ships. They're strip mining resources, taking human subjects for experiments and establishing permanent bases, Vega explained. "But resistance is growing." "What's your plan?" John asked. "With Dr. Harlow's key, we can infiltrate their relay station in Sector 9. Take control of their communication network. Unite the resistance cells across the system." Before John could respond, alarms blared. A technician rushed in. "Commander, incoming ships. Not hegemony, different configuration." Vega grabbed his weapon. "Battle stations." The first explosions rocked the base as they ran to the defense positions. John took a rifle from the armory and joined a group of fighters at the main entrance. The attackers breached the outer doors. John expected hegemony troops, but instead saw aliens of various species, fighting with surprising coordination. "Hold the line," Vega shouted over the gunfire. John noticed something odd. The attackers were targeting defense systems, not people. He spotted their leader, a tall, gray-skinned alien with 4 eyes. "Wait," John called to Vega. "Something's not right." A blast knocked John sideways. When he regained his footing, he saw the alien leader standing over him. "Human," the alien said. "I am Razik of the Covenant of the Oppressed. We are not your enemy." Vega appeared, weapon raised. "Then why attack us?" "To test your defenses," Razik replied. "And to find him." He pointed at John. "Me?" John asked. "Why?" "Because you escaped the inescapable prison ship. Because you allied with Izalak, who has been our agent for years. Because we need humans like you." Razik's 4 eyes blinked in sequence. "My people were the first Deathworlders the hegemony tried to exterminate. We survived. We fought back. And now we need your help." The alien extended a hand with 6 fingers. "The hegemony has built a planet killer. It is aimed at Earth. We have one chance to stop it." John looked at Vega, then at Kate. The choice was clear. "What do you need us to do?" he asked. Razik's expression changed to what might have been a smile. "Something only Deathworlders would attempt." The Covenant flagship cut through space, its engines glowing blue against the darkness. On the bridge, John studied the holographic display showing the hegemony's central command station. A massive structure, shaped like a wheel with spokes extending outward. "The planet killer is here," Razik said, pointing to a heavily guarded section. "A weapon that can crack a world's crust. Earth is its target." John felt cold anger settle in his chest. "How do we stop it?" "We can't attack directly," Vega said. "Their defenses would destroy us before we got close." Kate stepped forward. "But we can get inside." She displayed the glowing pattern on her arm. "This isn't just communication access. It's biological encryption. Their systems are partly organic. Razik nodded. The hegemony uses living components in their technology. Makes them harder to hack. Unless you have the right key, Kate said. The plan formed quickly. The Covenant would launch a diversionary attack. Meanwhile, a small team would infiltrate the command station using a captured hegemony shuttle. Kate would access the central systems and disable the planet killer. John checked his weapons as they prepared to board the shuttle. Vega approached him. I should be leading this mission, Vega said. You're needed with the fleet, John replied. If we fail, you'll need to warn Earth. Vega's jaw tightened. Just make sure you don't fail. The shuttle launched, carrying John, Kate, Zizlak, and 4 Covenant soldiers. They approached the command station as the main battle began. Explosions flashed in the distance as Covenant ships engaged the hegemony fleet. Transmitting clearance codes, Zizlak said. John held his breath. If the codes were rejected, they'd be vaporized instantly. The docking bay doors opened. They were in. Remember, John told the team, we have 30 minutes before they realize these codes are stolen. They moved through the station's corridors, avoiding patrols. Kate led them toward the central core, following directions from her embedded data. This way, she whispered, pointing to a maintenance shaft. The shaft led them to a vast chamber filled with pulsing, organic-looking technology. Tubes and fibers connected to central pillars that throbbed with energy. The control nexus, Kate said. I need to get to that terminal. John and the others provided cover as Kate worked. Her hands moved across the alien interface, the pattern on her arm glowing brighter. I'm in, she said after tense minutes. Accessing planet killer controls. Alarms suddenly blared. Guards would be coming. Hurry, John urged. Something's wrong, Kate said, frowning. The system is fighting back. It's like it knows me. A door slid open. John raised his weapon, then froze. Commander Vega walked in, flanked by hegemony guards. Vega? John couldn't believe his eyes. How did you get here? He was already here, Kate said, her voice hollow. Weren't you, Commander? Vega smiled, but it wasn't his smile anymore. Something else looked out through his eyes. The human called Vega is merely a vessel now, he said in a flat voice. As all humans will be. John aimed his weapon. What are you? I am the Supreme Commander of the Hegemony, a thing in Vega's body said, though that title is insufficient. I have existed for millennia, guiding civilization. Zizlak hissed. The rumors were true. The hegemony is controlled by something ancient. Not controlled, Vega said. I am the hegemony. And I have been waiting for you, Deathworlder. He looked directly at John. Especially you, John Mercer. You were never meant to be contained. You are being tested. John's finger tightened on the trigger. Tested for what? Worthiness, Vega replied. The galaxy needs new guardians. The old order is failing. Behind Vega, Kate caught John's eye and nodded slightly. She was still working, using the distraction. And now, Vega said, you will see the truth. He raised his hand. The organic walls around him pulsed with new light, revealing a hidden chamber beyond and inside it, rows upon rows of humans suspended in glowing tanks. John stared at the humans floating in the tanks, their faces peaceful, unaware. Among them, he recognized soldiers from his own unit. What have you done to them? John demanded, rage building inside him. Preserve them, the thing using Vega's body said. Studied them. Humans adapt faster than any species we've encountered. Your minds solve problems in ways our algorithms cannot predict. Kate worked frantically at the terminal, her fingers flying across the interface. The pattern on her arm pulsed brighter. The hegemony has ruled for 10,000 years, Vega continued. But we grow stagnant. We need new blood. New guardians. So you attacked Earth? Killed millions? John's voice shook with anger. We tested you. The strong survive. The worthy rise. John exchanged quick glances with Estelak. The alien nodded slightly, understanding the silent plan. And the planet killer? John asked, keeping Viga's attention. Insurance. If humans prove unworthy, Earth will be cleansed. Kate's terminal suddenly flashed green. Got it, she shouted. John moved instantly. He fired at the guards, while Zelak launched himself at Viga. The Covenant soldiers engaged the remaining hegemony forces. The weapon is powering down, Kate called. But I can do more. I can broadcast the truth to every species in the hegemony. Vega threw Zelak aside with inhuman strength. His eyes glowed as he turned toward Kate. You cannot stop what has begun, he said. John tackled him, both men crashing into a control panel. They fought savagely. Viga was stronger, enhanced by whatever controlled him, but John fought with the fury of his species. Kate, do it now, John shouted as Viga's hands closed around his throat. Kate slammed her palm onto the terminal. The pattern on her arm seemed to flow into the system. Screens throughout the chamber flickered, then displayed the same message across every language in the galaxy. The hegemony is a lie. Viga screamed, a sound no human throat should make. He released John and staggered back. What have you done? He gasped. Shown everyone the truth, Kate said. About the tanks. The experiments. The real purpose of the hegemony. The station shuddered as explosions rocked distant sections. On the screens, they could see hegemony ships turning on each other as the revelation spread. Viga lunged at Kate. John intercepted him, but not before Viga's hand slashed across John's chest, leaving a deep wound. John drove his combat knife into Viga's side. Both men fell. Blood pooled beneath them. You've doomed the galaxy, Viga whispered, his voice changing, becoming less human. Without the hegemony, chaos will reign. We'll build something better, John said through gritted teeth. Something real. Viga's eyes cleared briefly. The real Viga looked out through them. John, he gasped. It's still in me. Controlling me. You have to. John nodded grimly. I know. He did what had to be done. Later, aboard the Covenant flagship, John watched from a medical bed as Kate directed the liberation of the humans from the tanks. His wounds were severe, but not fatal. Razik entered the room. The hegemony falls. Already 50 systems have declared independence. And Earth? John asked. The occupation forces are retreating. Your world is free. John tried to sit up despite the pain. We need to establish contact. Form a new alliance. Already happening, Razik said. Representatives from 100 worlds are gathering. They're calling it the Deathworld Confederation. A technician rushed in. Commander, we're detecting something at the edge of the galaxy. Energy signatures, unlike anything we've seen. John forced himself to his feet. He limped to the viewport where strange lights appeared in the distance, moving with purpose. What is it? Kate asked, joining them. I don't know, John said. But we repaid our debt to each other. Now we face the real test together. He looked at the humans, the Covenant members, and the former hegemony species now standing together on the bridge. Whatever's coming, he said, they'll find us ready.